I'm Laura from the Pattern Queens, and I am back with my second installment of my WIP parade. Today is Monday, December 28th, 2020, and you will probably see these on different days throughout the week so that we spread them out a little bit. But I wanted to get a couple of these filmed. The other two I'll probably have to film later today. We'll see what happens. So let's get started. First of all, I just finished my BAPs and my extra large projects, and I found a couple that had gotten mixed in the wrong place. And as I'm thinking about it, there may be a few more that got mixed in that I didn't intend to. But the first one is the Celtic Band Sampler from Homespun Sampler. I love this. I am using overdyes instead of DMC. So I did kind of a conversion on this, but this is how far I've gotten. I've had this for so long, and there are things that I just want to get to and get stitching on them so that I get some more things finished. This one was on a Silk Weaver Solo linen that I found, and it's on a 32 count. Okay, and if I have a project bag, it makes life so much easier. But when I'm just trying to put them in the bag it came in, that's a struggle. I know you guys understand that. So that one will go over here next to me. I think I have them all set up well enough that I'll be able to just pull them out, go through them pretty quickly so that we don't have to worry about that. Then I have Blackberry House from Plum Street Samplers. This was one of my New Year new starts last year. And I am using a piece of Picture This Plus linen. I love this. Keisha says this looks like smashed blackberries. So that's what I got done during the year. So the house is built. Aren't you guys proud of me? I built the house and that little bottom. I normally will change the color of the letters in an alphabet for each of the members of my family. So J, L, K, and B will have a different color. Okay, then my large projects were supposed to be about 150 by 150 if they were square. So I allow a little leeway either way just to make it work. The first one I have up in this group is Tribal Hippo from White Willow Stitching. I love this. And I had a piece of Tempest linen that I pulled out. And that's how far I am. So I'm using kind of a solid overdye floss on this really pretty fabric. And this one I have in a Love You More bag. This is Tulip Ink fabric. We love our Tulip Ink. I think if I would just work a little on this one, I really could have it done. So next up is a fun one. It's called Very Scary from Lizzie Kate. There's the whole thing. It came in 3 different sections. I have finished section 1 and I have part of section 2 finished, and then I'll have section 3 to go. This is a solo Wexford linen from Silk Weaver. For a while there, I was doing the auctions on their Facebook group, and it was so easy to just say, me please, and get some really cool fabrics. So I have a lot of gorgeous things from them, including this next one. My next one is Halloween Fairy. It was the one, it's by Nora Corbett. It's the one that was printed in the magazine, and I have a working copy out. So this is what she looks like. But I have this piece of linen from Silk Weaver. Look at that. I love this. It is, I think it's a 36 count linen. And again, that's a solo, so not one that they will duplicate, but oh man, I loved it. And it just seemed to fit to me. It made sense, absolute sense when I was looking at it. I haven't had to tweak anything yet. My pumpkins may be going white. Then I have Blue Moon Angel from Lavender and Lace. And this is another one that I have a really pretty piece of, I think this is Wexford linen. Oops, this way. From Silk Weaver. I loved all the spots in there. It just made it seem like there were moon spots. That's one that I've had for a long time. And I like the angels and how they come out. This is one of the Celtic ladies, and she's a pretty girl. And I have Funky Bird from Barbara Anna Designs. I don't know that I'll do her as a ditty bag, which I think is what it said, Funky Bird ditty pouch. I've done mine on a 32 count limited edition from Color and Cotton. And I worked on this during one chat this fall, and I only had a couple of letters done when I started, and I got that much more in. So I'm not feeling like this one would take a lot to get finished. I also have a piece I'm stitching for a friend. It's one she asked me to do. It's called Elegant Country Alphabet. And so far, I have just been working on borders. And it's on a white linen. Okay, next up is one I love, love, love. Not that I don't love them all, but you know. This one is Away We Ride from Blackbird Designs. And I found a piece of 30 count cocoa by Weeks Dye Works that I just fell in love with for this piece. I think I'm doing everything as charted, although I may have one color I changed. This is my start from 13 starts of Halloween from this year. And also, it's one on my WIP Go board, and it actually just got called, and it got called twice. So both of the numbers for January are this one. So if I put in some work on it, I may actually finish this in January. Then this one is just so creepy. It is Ichabod Seabury from the Primitive Needle. This one says, "Here lies ye body of Mr. Ichabod Seabury, died October 30th, 1788. Reader, death is a debt to nature due, as I have paid, so must you." And this doesn't look all that big, but you have to stitch the letters and put all the black around them. So I am working on that. I have 2 more lines that go above that one, and I have to finish out that line. I have most of you can kind of see the orange outline. They'll get a little more in there. But this is on 36 count Swamp from Picture This Plus. I had to look and see how tiny those holes were. And then one that that has been in the works for a long time. My youngest child is 21. And this stocking has been going for a long, long time. It's the Toys and Games stocking, Games and Toys. I think I can never remember which way, but it's from the July-August 93 issue of Cross Stitch and Country Crafts. I made a working copy because this actually went out in a round robin, and I just didn't want the weight of the magazine, and I didn't want it to get beaten up. But you guys, it is this far along. couple of big sticking points. It's on an even weave, and it's stitched with 3 strands of floss, which is just a bugger. So that much is done, and maybe I will be able to get this done soon. I had thought maybe for this year, for 2020, but with the advent of the Black Needle Society, I was kept more than a little busy. So it's been a great year. We've had lots of fun, met so many cool people, but definitely have been busy. And then from a retreat I went to, it was the Heartland Cross Stitchers Retreat. So this one is called Heartland Retreat by the Work Basket. I don't know if she's released this under another name now. I can't remember. But I don't have a whole lot of this stitched. I am just this far. And I am doing it on whatever, it's 32 count exemplar. They said using 1 strand of sampler threads. I think I may be using 2, and I may end up having to go and buy more floss. We'll see. Next up, I have Zephyr from Keslin's. I just really liked this. And I found a beautiful piece of Crystal Highland from Picture This Plus. And this is what I have stitched. And I talked a little in the last video. It's one that I think will benefit from me using a hoop, because I can get that fabric put in there tightly and I'll be able to stitch more easily. Then I have a really pretty kit, Oh Beautiful, from Shepherd's Bush. I love this. And this one has all of the words in the verse are over 1, and it has a lot of specialty stitches. So I do a little bit of this at a time, and that's where I am so far. Now my fabric is more like this color, but I wanted you to get to see the beautiful silks that they used. I love their kits. Then I have one that's been a real struggle for me, and I need to probably spend a lot of time on it just to figure out whether I'm going to keep it or what I want to do. It's Summer Zinnias from Mystic Stitch. And I saw this done up at Heart's Desire over 1. It was gorgeous. And then I got this piece of fabric from Silkweaver. I'll show you this part. It's a solo, it's a 36 count. And I thought, oh, that would be such a pretty background for that piece. But I started stitching with 2 strands, and it's just too tight. And my thought was that if I'm stitching on that I would just do the flowers and the leaves that stick out, and all of this I would leave blank. Well, I would probably have to go in with some colored pencils and color the pattern, because it's hard to determine where those parts are. And if I got that done, I probably could get this going and maybe get it done. One that will get finished this next year is Dance of the Tulips from Glendon Place. And I'm looking at this here, and I really think I even have more of it done than I remembered. And this is another, it's a Wexford cloth from Silkweaver. Look how far I am. And I've done some beading as I go. Look at the vase. There's not that much to go. I mean, there's more than I think always, but not too bad. And I think I could get that finished. Then I am lucky enough to have an LNS, and it is Cece and Company in Blue Springs, Missouri. And Kathy, the owner, also designs under the name Rosie and Me. and this one is Count Your Friends, and it's based on My Daily Prayer written by May Caswell on December 3rd, 1941. And I am stitching this on 36 count stone from Fiber on a Whim. And I have this much done. So that's how tall it will be. Now, I'm using different fabric than what she called for. And so I decided to choose Argyle socks from Classic Colorworks for my floss color. Purple is my favorite color. I thought it looked really pretty on this. I'm enjoying this stitch, so I hope to see a lot of progress on it. And I do love Rosewood Manor. And I have one that I started last year as one of my New Year new starts. And it is Flowers of Rose Hall. I'm doing the bigger piece here. And I have this piece of linen from Silk Weaver that I just absolutely fell in love with. And it is 28 count linen. I started right in the center of the bottom, but look at that piece of fabric. But it will come pretty close to the edge. So I will have to be uber careful with it and make sure that I am accurate. I haven't been showing you bags today on this one, but this one is another one of the patterns that I chose for Love You More. I did do a little bit of matching. I have this one, and in this one I have the black pearl from the Primitive Hair. This one's really, really cool. I love it. And I used it for several challenges during Magical Stitches. I'm stitching this on the other half of the Tempest 28 count linen that my hippo is on. And I just played with colors and things. When they would name challenges where I needed to change something, I would just do it. So this is my own conversion. I've changed things up. I have Summer ABCs from Little House. You guys have seen these. There's a whole series, plus the stitcher. Now I bought this really pretty piece of banding, and this is my start on it. And I have the big bag in this, but I had to have the little bag too. This is one of my Judy's project bags and more. I love it. And it has, look at the button on this one. Doesn't that go perfectly? Then from M Designs, I put together some of their trees that spell out words. So I have believe, joy, and dream. And I have room over here for one more to finish this piece. And then I have plans to do another 4. I'm not sure if I'll do them all in a group like this or if I will do them individually and I can hang all of these. So next I have Morning Song from Lavender and Lace. I've always loved this one. And I am using 28 count apple blossom linen. There's so much done on this, but all of this up here above her head is really heavy confetti stitching. And I have another one from the Heartland Cross Stitchers retreat. And this one was a design by Kathleen Murphy, and it is called My Journal. And so we get 2 pieces. We have this one, and then the back cover will look like this. When we started this, they had us lay out our linen and put some basting stitches in. And this will go on a composition notebook. And it came in this cute little bag. And next up, I have from the Drawn Thread, Hearts and Flowers, the Violet Sampler. This one, it was out of print. And I got it from someone online who wrote me the sweetest little note. And this one is on 32 count dark lavender mist linen. It's gorgeous. It looked kind of black in the on the pattern picture, but this is what it really looks like. It, as drawn thread often is, it's a lot of work. Really, really pretty though, worth it. And I think again that using a hoop will make a big difference with this. This one I have in our Barton Cottage sleeve. There might be a couple of these left. I love this. These peacocks are fabulous. And I love the colorway. It's kind of a burgundy, dark burgundy in there. And inside is this pretty pink that goes with it. I have Bloom Where You Are Planted from Emma Congdon, and this was in a magazine. So it's in my app on my iPad. And sorry about the rainbow there. That's the glass screen protector on here. And I found a piece of 40 count Newcastle linen called Summer Sunshine from Silk Weaver. And that's all I got started. This was a mania start. Now look how bright this really is. But 40 count, it should come out to be kind of a nice manageable size. And it was so pretty that I put it in this sleeve with all the flowers and fun things. It kind of reminded me of it. Inside is just this pretty green. Then next up I have Coffee Quaker from Heartstring Samplery. This one is on vintage 28 linen. I am not enjoying this linen, and I have to make the decision if I want to keep going on here or change it up. I have this in a Judy bag, a Judy's Project Bags More. It's in this beautiful coffee fabric, and then the inside is one of the coordinating prints. Oh, I didn't look him up. Sorry, give me just a moment. I have Floral Darth Vader from the Nerdy Needle Design Co. And it looks like this. I'm doing this one for my youngest. I think that this is 28 count precious metals from Silk Weaver. So I got, this was a mania start. So I got the whole helmet done, and I started filling in down there at the bottom. So that little section is finished. I think this is going to be so cool. This is kind of a nice tired eyes project. It seems to be easy for me to work on in the evening when I've just had enough, and you know, it's all stitched in DMC. I'm using all the called for colors on that. And it's in a Judy bag in this fun swirl, and the inside I chose purple. And then when I started for Keisha's baby shower, Sal, is samplers from the Scarlet House. Now, we were supposed to do something with sheep or something blue or something we loved. Well, this has a little bit of blue, and I do love this, but it has dogs here. But inside, she also gave us a little pattern to do some sheep. So mine will get changed to sheep. And I put it in a blue bag, the same swirl as the one you just saw, but blue. This was from Black Star Designs. Marva Owen worked at the Old Mill Stitchery in Liberty, Missouri years and years and years ago. And she lost her battle to breast cancer. But I have this piece, which I have looked at over and over and over. And I have all the little wool pieces. It was a chart that was used for the Heartland Cross Stitch Society retreat, and it's called No Idleness. And I just think for me, I don't love the wool pieces. So I am going to play with this, and I think I can make this work. I will shift over the sampler so that it will fit more on here, because when I looked at this, I loved this. You can see I already have my JLKB, and I also did the letter P, which was what my maiden name started with. So, but it's too pretty to abandon. And so I'm just going to modify in a way that will better suit me. And I hope you guys take some chances and do some things like that too, because, you know, if it's something that you really like, that you really want to stitch, you should be able to do that and just make a couple of changes to make it fit you. Then I have a few that if you've been watching the Black Needle Society or the Pattern Queens here, I've shown updates on my projects. And this one is Christmas Land by Raise the Roof Designs. 12 days of stitching during December. And that's how far I got in just a couple days. I'm pretty happy with that. I would like to see some good progress on that. And this I have in my Snoopy sleeve. I love my guy. Look how fun that is. And inside is, ooh, this foiled fabric. This fabric is a piece of linen, 32 count linen from Color and Cotton. And it was one that came in as a fabric of the month selection. Then I have Silver Creek Samplers, My Christmas List. This is on a piece of 32 count Belfast linen from Heavenly Creations. And I don't believe she dyes fabric anymore, but I love this. My friend Mariana gave me this. And I'm just using the called for DMCs. I messed up. This was supposed to be red, but I had the words almost all the way in when I realized it. So I just changed the words on the other side. They were supposed to be blue. That'll work for me. And mine will be unique, right? That late night brain just does not always function properly. And then the last one that I'll show you in this set is Deck the Halls from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. I don't have a picture of this. I'm going to show it back here. That's the pattern, but that's what it looks like. And I know you guys have seen that one. Well, I have this great piece of snow linen from Fabric Flare, and it's 32 count. That's a couple days worth of stitching. Those days right before school let out were rough for me, and I didn't get as much stitching as I maybe wanted to. I have this one in our sleeve Reindeer Games, which just came out this year as one of our winter holiday sleeves. And it looks like this. I love these guys. And inside is just a traditional Christmas stripe. So that is the end of my large WIPs. Are you still keeping track? Are you counting? I'll be back to film a couple more. So I hope you're enjoying it. And let me know what your favorites were out of my WIPs. Maybe I will be able to pull some of those to work on this year. Bye.